So easy, the feds, aren't they? If you think about it. Like if you look at that video that's on the news, just say he was a decoy and you just come behind them feds. It's so easy that, never even had the back covered or nothing. You haven't got a clue what they're doing, you know, the feds, honestly.
This afternoon saying that it was as specialist resources gained entry to the suspect's vehicle as a precaution. They said there's no risk to the public.
Controlled explosion heard.
In relation to this major incident.
Crump saw.
Footage we're bringing you now is some of that ongoing activity.
And addressing Crumsall. So it's ongoing, this. I wonder where the next one is. It's looking like a 7-7, this, isn't it? What date's it? You know, he looks like you're going to get a few incidents here by the sounds of things, mate.
Police vehicles have been taken away, so you can see some police vehicles further down the road there, and officers standing on patrol, on guard in that area as they continue their activity there.
Look, you're looking at like an affluent area here.
The synagogue where
you know where they reside.
This morning, as it stands,
we've just got to establish whether this is a family man or this is a HMO. That's what will be getting considered now. Is this a house of multi-occupancy or not? Is he a family man? Looking at the area, like it looks like a family-orientated area. It doesn't look like he'd have much HMOs from what I'm seeing, because it's there's no amenities, so it's very unlikely you're going to have HMOs there if there's no amenities. It's proper brain damage, says Elaine. Why aren't they calling it a school? I don't know. Well, we do know, don't we? So it doesn't spray fear. As soon as people hear school under attack again, everyone's panic stations. It's all about not worrying. You know, to isolate the incident towards certain community. So worry in the sense of be concerned, not worry. Show concern, don't worry. It's a different element. Because this is what these sort of events do. They ripple fear. And living in a state of worriness is not good for the city. Not good for the country. Do you understand what I mean? We don't want to be living insecure, do we? And that's what incidents like this can make happen if you worry about them. If you worry, you'll become insecure. The more you worry, the more you'll awfulise the situation and the dynamics. You probably won't go out your fucking door because you think there's another thing going to happen. It all comes from worrying. Your insecurities have come from worrying. You being lonely, feeling depressed, comes from your worrying. Yes, Sarah. Trust me, work on not worrying about fuck all. Not worrying and not caring, two different things. Just because you're not worrying doesn't mean you don't care. Make sure you understand that shite. Just because you're not worrying doesn't mean you don't care. Just because you don't give a fuck doesn't mean you're going to run out and get yourself lifed off. It just means you're not worrying about the shit that you've been worrying about for years. It is what it is, lah. I shouldn't need to tell you. It took me fucking years to work out, and it was in front of my face. In front of my face. You got eating disorders. How did that start? How did it? What was you worried about? Was you worrying too much? Started making you anxious?
They don't necessarily have the same thing. Right.
That's what it happens.
I mean, I think, it's like, not all Jewish people...
So, I keep on explaining it, don't I?
Not all Jewish people
If you wake up in the morning without a worry in the world, you have a boss day.
Israel, without being supportive of these...
You do.
As well. I mean, there's so many layers to that.
You do.
There's so many people.
It's hard not to worry. It's solid not to worry when you've been worrying all your fucking life.
Well, yes, and we're encouraged to do so by many of our
Isn't it?
clients, aren't we? Okay, we're joined
Imagine walking all your life then losing your legs. Be fucking solid, wouldn't it?
Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Obviously,
It's the same if you've been worrying all your life and then all of a sudden you stop worrying. Well, shit's gonna feel weird, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely horrific. And like yourself, my heart goes out.
Did it? So stop worrying, lad. So look, I've woke up this morning and the first thing I've done is worried about the police coming through my door. Why? Because I'm a dirty, dying fucking drug dealer and I've got drugs all over me gaff. Scales, I've got a rod pedal bike, I've got all this. So the first thing I'm doing is putting a spliff in me to quell me nerves. I'm worried sick, sat here. I know I'm vulnerable. I know I'm looking at 10 if they come through my door. I'm worried to fucking death. But I've just got to do it. So straight away you're waking up with worry. How the fuck do you even expect to feel fucking anything good? You waking up in your house with that parcel under your bed and you're sitting there like that, trying to blanket. It's ruining you, lad. Get it gone. The things that make you worry, remove them. You'll have a better life. Your kids shouldn't make you worry. Your birds shouldn't make you worry. You know, if your bird's out with your kids and you have a little think, you know, you're caring for them, you're thinking of them, you're not worried about them. It's different. Imagine your mind like a fucking, like this bell. That's your mind. When you've got no worry, your thoughts float, vibrate, attach to frequencies right out there. When you've got a worry, it's like that. Now, your frequency is not getting out there, your vibe's not getting out there, it's stuck in the worry. So you've got no worry. Everything's open, your mind's open, your thoughts are flowing, everything's connecting the way it should be. Non-duality, as we've learned. Everything's connected in and out. All of a sudden, you've got a worry. It's like a wall, it's like a layer, it's like the screen of a telly. That worry is now isolated. This side. So now your thought, it's rippling that way the way it's meant to. It's rippling that way the way it's meant to. It's rippling that way the way it's meant to. But this side where there's a worry, it's hitting a wall and coming back to you. Coming back to you. It's not going where it's meant to go. Continuous. It's reverting back to you. That's off one worry. If you don't correct that worry, you're definitely going to get another worry along the line. So say you've got a worry that pops up here now. I don't know, here. That side. Now you have a thought. The frequency in the ripple can go this way, the frequency in the ripple can go this way, but it can't go that way, and it can't go that way. And that ripple is coming back into your mind, back into your system. Worrying. You've got more worry now because you haven't dealt with these two. There. Another worry there, which makes now everything locked in. So now, there's nothing going that way, nothing going this way, nothing going this way, nothing going this way. You're still pushing out your frequency, you're still pulsing it, zzz, zzz, zzz. But normally where it goes out, continuously floats round. Now it's hitting the worrying walls. All this worry, it's going zzz, 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 zzz. It's not going zzz, zzz. It's going zzz, 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 zzz. And that is coming back in, giving you anxiety, fucking with your eating process, making you nervous, giving you weak bladders. You remove the worry, the frequencies go where they're meant to go. They're not coming back in, causing this madness in here. It's coming out like a tree, like an invisible tree. Comes through your feet, up out your brain, frequencies, branches out. If that's locked in, from the earth, through your feet, up the centre, out your brain, it's meant to flow. It's not hitting the wall and coming back, boom, back in again. This is causing the anxiety inside. All this worrying, all this bullshit is what's back in here. Because you've laid yourself off like screens. Remove the worry. Trust me. I know it was long-winded me trying to explain it to you. But a lot of you need to explain it to you in that way, in that detail, because of whatever fucking reason. But trust me, mate. Look at the nails on you. Where's your nails gone? Why have your nails gone? What was you nervous about? When you're nervous, what are you doing? When you're nervous, what are you doing? Worrying. You've got no nails on your fucking fingers because you're worried sick about something. Practice not worrying. When you're not worried, you'll have a bifter. When you're worried, you're smoking 10, aren't you? When you're relaxed, you're having a coffee. When you're worried and stressed, you're drinking 3 or 4 in an hour, aren't you? Control the worrying controls everything, really. Seriously. If you've not got a worry in the world, you're blessed, mate, and you'll feel it. How are you, see Faz? Are you good? So instead of letting your thoughts hit the walls of worry, listen to it. Listen to the bell now. Listen to the bell now. Feel how dead. Feels dead, doesn't it? Listen, watch. It's not going ding, it's going ding. Now watch. Take the walls away. Look, let me just do it again for you. When you're worried sick, you put on a layer round your frequency. Hear how dead it is. It's not going. It's coming back in. When you've got no worries and you've got no barriers around your frequency, you hear the difference in it. That's exactly what happens with your worry. You can either be or entirely up to you, mate. I want to be like this. I'm not like this. Angel gained its wings, says Nick. Down and let down.
Have increased their patrols and officers in and around the synagogues.
So don't worry.
Jewish holidays, so there
Be happy.
some form an increase of officers, naval officers, but I suspect that they may be deploying firearm officers in or around the vicinity to ensure that they are able to keep the Jewish community safe.
Yes, indeed, and we have seen in previous attacks, and of course this is an attack that we think involved explosives.
So look, see when I never got to speak to my baby for 2 days the other day. A year ago I'd be worried fucking sick. Can't get in touch with them, fucking going mad, thinking about screeching into Liverpool, going to the house when I'm not allowed to, all this shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whereas this time round, I just never worried. Never worried. No panic stations, no trying to locate, none of this shit. Just never worried about it. Great.
In the planning of that attack, and I suppose that is an entire possibility in this case.
It's like the man got on me panic stations, me screen broke. I've only just managed to ring her, so I'm not asked.
Yeah.
You're okay?
To the individual, but
It's great, you know. Hey, it's not being passive.
anybody else that they
Far from it.
particular horrific incident, and whether
Do you know what passive means?
somebody else might be planning any sort of attack. So this
Do you know the levels of communication that you've
world skills and they have technology that they can pull together very, very quickly. The police will want to act very, very quickly, and also I think that one of the things we haven't touched on, but we know that this is going to be coming, is that the public will want to know more about this individual, and therefore I'm hoping that the police will be as transparent
So,
as possible. As
passive communication.
taking into
We've got quite a few different types of styles and methods of communicating. We've got 4 types, to be honest. We've got passive, aggressive, and assertive.
What does it mean for security levels at
You've got passive,
you've
you've got aggressive, then you've got passive, aggressive, and then you've got assertive. They're the 4 communication skills. So for example, when you've got someone saying to you, you should do this and you should do that, instead of saying, you could do this, you could do that. If you've got anyone saying, you should, or you should have done this, or why didn't you do this, this is passive towards you. He's not giving you the option. He's passive communication of this. You're doing this, you're doing that. So listen, the 4 primary communication styles are passive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, and assertive. I'm very assertive, but you think I'm being passive-aggressive. Being assertive is listening to their point of view, but making sure they understand your point of view. Not with aggression, not with anything, just being assertive, positive, calculated, and clear. Clear is the main thing. Being precise in what you're saying. Each style involves different ways of expressing feelings, thoughts, and needs. Passive individuals struggle to voice their needs. So you can have people being passive towards you, but then you can be passive. And what does being passive mean? Letting people walk over you, basically. Letting people trod on your principles and your morals without saying anything about it. Each style involves different ways of expressing feelings. Passive individuals struggle to voice their needs, while aggressive communicators express their thoughts, confrontation, and... So it's simple maths, isn't it? You know this, don't you? Like an aggressive person will try and make their point aggressively in a confrontational way. Get it? Obviously, it can only be that type of communication when you're communicating with someone. Understand what I mean? Passive individuals struggle to voice their needs, while aggressive communicators express their thoughts confrontationally. Passive-aggressive communicators show their unhappiness indirectly, and assertive individuals express themselves confidently and respectfully, considering others' rights and feelings. So that's exactly what I've just said to you about assertiveness, isn't it? Why did I know it so well? Because I practice it all the time. If you're going to communicate, the best way to communicate is in an assertive manner. Not aggressive, not passive, not sarcastic, not blanking, not, stonewalling. These are all dirty traits of communication. And if you're communicating with anyone like that, don't be wondering why you're not fucking liked, basically. So, and assertive individuals express themselves confidently, respectfully, and at the same time considering the person in front's opinions and what they feel about things. And if you can't be assertive, basically you can't negotiate. And in this world, if you want to start making deals and being this big fucking deal breaker, you've got to harness and embrace the communication skill of assertiveness. Assertiveness. Go and look it up, lad. It's good. Everyone has some aggression in them, yeah, but not everyone's controlling it. Aggression is a power that can be controlled. Yes, CFAS. So I can be an aggressive. It doesn't mean I'm going to in this negotiation. If I start being aggressive in this negotiation and not assertive, I could lose all sorts. You might walk away from the handshake. Do you understand what I mean? Look, when you've got a group of soldiers getting screamed at by their boss, that's passive aggressive. You can't speak to normal people like that. You've got to be assertive. Well, anyway, if you didn't know, now you know. If you didn't understand them communication levels or them communication ways, you do now. Why? Because you listen to Darren G. If you're not going to take anything away from what I've just said, at least take the word assertiveness and practice it. If you don't understand the context of it, Google it. It'll take you 5 minutes. Stop scrolling. Search assertiveness. Understand the meaning. Understand the context. Grasp what situations assertive communication is being used in and practice using it. Practice it on your ma. Practice it on your mates. The more you practice it, the more your mind will adapt to it, and the more able you become with that skill to use it in all aspects of your life, not just in verbal communication. Is that alright, mate? Yes, C5's nice one, lad. How are you, Jen Burgess? Got a new money pot. Piggy bank. I've always had a piggy bank. You alright, Jen?
Tsunami of hatred since October 7, and it was, the security guard at the
something, I'm giving up on you. How are you, Julie? You're alright, mate? I've got a shooter in my booter. How are you, Demi? You good?
I'm taking my turn outside the synagogue door in my local synagogue because we all pitch in and just to make sure that that sort of first line of defence is secure because obviously if you had got in through the door then we wouldn't have been talking about two.
Imagine he would have got in the door, mate. Fucking hell.
And there's really nothing good to say about it and the hope is this is a lone wolf. And not the beginning of a sort of whole series of attacks.
It's not a lone wolf, but we put him out there like he's a lone wolf. Yes, Danny.
And of course this is going to lead to even more heightened tensions. Certainly in my synagogue.
No way he's a lone wolf.
Police cars just arrived.
It's different breed.
Up in the security. It was already at a fairly high level. Now it's gone, right to the top. And it's so sad that whatever's happening in the Middle East has to sort of been imported here.
Nice one, Demi.
Not just the Jewish community, but the Muslim community too, to make sure that interfaith relations hold solid. They've been very good for many, many years, but this has been a very testing time because obviously people feel very strongly about what's going on in the Middle East.
Just as my fucking head in, mate.
Distinguish between the political battle over there and the sort of religious.
And they're just in denial that they're to blame, aren't they? Yes, babe. Ragdoll. Who's to blame for this, you reckon?
Any more than British Muslims.
If you were going to blame anyone, who would you blame?
And we've got to try and hold that line.
The government.
To make sure that, yes, we can side over the news that's coming out of Israel-Gaza, but we're not going to...
It's not the Jewish community's fault. It's not the Muslim community's fault. Christians aren't involved at the moment, so it's pointless mentioning the Christian community. Although the media will start getting the Christian shouts in there. Why? Because who's representing Christianity in this country now? Who stole our identity? Because the media allowed it. How are you, C-Faz? That's what they are, Ian. Fear campaigns, lad. Worrying campaigns. What does worrying do? Just explain it to us. Yes, BY1. Rachel saying Starmer. Well, I'm saying we remember who we are. Ella Jade. Divine beings. The truth prevails. Follow it. Yes, Liverpool 24 LFC. Yes, Boston. BY's going to Ibiza tomorrow. Good on you, lad. It's flooded, on it, mate. How are you, Scouse Kayla? I think I've seen that it's flooded over there, mate. Nice one, show.
Jonathan, what is going to be your message of prayers this evening?
Unity. That's what your message should be, unity. Shouldn't it? Yes, Jen Burge, nice one. A bit back inside, man.
In fact, when there was, for instance, October the sort of 9th after 9/11, so I went to the mosque to say a prayer for peace, which some countries in the world, peace in Arabic,
How are you, Miss Shelley? Liverpool 24, the Palestine flag.
Why do you think it is that
Julie, how are you?
just in the generality of this rather than the specific, we don't see Jewish terrorism in this country, but we do see Islamist terrorism.
Yes, I suppose that there is a strain in Islam, and I'm talking about not mainstream Islam, but the more extremist, that does not accept or tolerate others. I mean, I suppose you had this once upon a time in the Bible where people were killing each other left, right and centre. We had it with Christianity in the Middle Ages when people were burnt at the stake for having the wrong views. Now, of course, Christianity is the mainstay of tolerance.
Nice one, Rachel.
And has been very much involved in open faith dialogue. Maybe the Muslim world, which has always been very self-contained and has only recently come out of Arab countries, it's only recently in the last 20 years.
Who's your son that plane?
Being a minority in other countries. Maybe they need to go through some kind of
Rachel, thanks.
information that adapts the traditions, the best of the traditions of Islam to the realities of modern interfaith society. But I would
You know what?
just emphasise that this is an extreme strain. It is not.
If the perpetrator is Palestinian, this isn't an Islam thing.
Jews, Christians, and Muslims. We trace our ancestor as a common ancestor in Abraham. And if you look at the values of the Quran, the New Testament,
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
they're very similar. And that makes this attack even more tragic.
If the fella that's done this is Palestinian,
It doesn't represent.
it's not a religious thing.
It doesn't do anything at all for Palestinians. If this was a protest,
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
it doesn't help.
Nothing to do with religion.
If you want to help Palestinians,
It'll be all to do with, hang on, I'm a Palestinian, what the fuck are you doing to Palestinians?
shooting up.
That mentality it'll be, I reckon.
So ridiculously stupid. Unfortunately, it's horrendously tragic as well.
Well, Rabbi Dr. Jonathan Romain, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
It's a terrible day for Jewish people.
Yeah, very much. And just in the last few moments, the Prince and Princess of Wales have said in a personal message posted on social media, our thoughts are with the victims and the families of the terrible attack at Eastern Park Synagogue. The fact that this tragedy occurred on the
Just wrong, full stop. And let's hope there's not. Well, you're not going to get a retaliation
Thinking of the entire community,
unless Israel does something.
responders who attended this terrible event. The message was signed W&C.
But you're not going to get the Jewish community in our country running out like fucking headless chickens doing mad shit in retaliation. That's not them, is it? And this is what I keep saying. We're bred different. So the Pakistani lads that are born and bred here are completely a different breed than the Pakistani kids in Pakistan. The Jewish people here, born and bred here, are a different breed from them there. It's just how it is. The Irish that are born here are different from the Irish in Ireland. Just how we are. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Northwest Ambulance Service and indeed the Special Air Service have all deployed rapidly to that area 3 miles.
We're different in this country.
The city centre as tragedy returns
I don't know why you want to fuck it up.
to Manchester. This city.
Yes, Liverpool, Rachel.
Appallingly and sadly to terrorism.
Claire.
Of course, in 2017, Islamist suicide bombings rocked the country, not just in Manchester but in London as well, other terrorist incidents there. And this area in Crumpsall also has endured appalling incidents in the past. In the early 2000s, in 2003, we saw a detective murdered during a bungled raid to detain international terrorists. Just 8 minutes walk away.
Was that 2003?
Of this car ramming
No,
and stabbing
I was in jail when that happened.
this morning.
2-4
We
afterwards.
have heard tributes from the Prince and Princess of Wales. We have heard tributes from the King and the Prime Minister.
So Crawley saying apparently it was at a school, not a synagogue.
Cobra meeting following
Now what you've got these days, mate,
Manchester.
is
Sir Keir Starmer landed back in Britain.
faith centres.
He will return to Downing Street before.
So in the same place you'll have a synagogue, but then you'll have a library, a cafeteria, education classes up there,
But it is this
religious education down here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like a school.
this afternoon as we await further updates.
Will they say it's Hamas? Well, if you think about the people that they recovered in Germany yesterday, I don't see why they're not going to put it there. So in Germany yesterday, they'd gone in on a terrorist cell. He was ready to do a madness over there on a synagogue and that. So what you're witnessing basically is like what I said earlier on. The way these militant groups move now. Years ago, when they're doing a move, they weren't asked if they could connect him to us three. We're a terrorist cell, we're doing our fucking thing. But for them to do more damage, they've got to act like a terrorist cell. But then portray themselves like lone wolves. That makes sense here where I'm coming from. Do you understand the angle I'm coming from with you there? Yeah, so let me put it this way to you, right?
Yeah, a dark day for the Jewish community in Britain and perhaps definitely around the world. What do we know so far? Let's bring you up to speed. We know that around about 9:30 a.m. this morning, police were called.
Let me put it this way to you, right?
About 3 miles north.
If I'm the head of a militant organisation or a militant group, and I'm over the last 20 years being targeted and whatever, and every time I've carried out a move, I've lost 12 men, and I've noticed I've lost these 12 men because them 3 men are coming bang on with the connections to the group. So let's say every cell's 4. I've lost 12 men. 8 of them men could have been saved if them 4 men weren't identified to their other 3 people. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So now moving forward, I know when I've got a cell of 4 people on previous moves, A, who's gone to do the move, has come bang on. They've got his phone off him, located where he was sleeping, and got on the other 3 people in the cell. Here we are 10 years later, me still the main man. Now I know you don't have a phone on you, don't have nothing where they can locate you, don't have this, don't have that on you. So now when they coffer him and they swoop on him and they go to his address where he's been staying, in that address will just indicate just him on purpose. He's connected to a terror cell, but the way they're moving now, when the feds are landing on this kid, they're tracing his steps back to where he's going, and this militant group have purposely put his steps in place. So when they get to his gaff, they're not seeing ID of my man down the road. They're not seeing phones connected to another phone over there. They're just seeing him, his bed, his ID. So they'll come out and go, it's a lone wolf. And that's what the militant wants. They don't want people knowing there's a terror cell in this area. They want the feds to think this is a lone wolf, when in reality there's 4 sat round the corner waiting to go again. If they weren't moving like that, this kid who's being coughed for outside this synagogue, within an hour they would have rounded the rest up or been on manhunts for them. Because they're moving in this way now. It's just a lone wolf and they're not rooting for these. And that's just my opinion. That's my theory. That's how I believe the militants are moving these days. Why? Because it's a standard progression. You've only got to look. You've only got to look at it. So you start here and you then take certain steps, and when things come along you've got to counteract them steps. I've got this mindset, a mad one, where I'm sort of like in the boots of a militant. Do you understand? I've considered myself that mindset for years basically. So I can put myself in, so what am I going to do next to protect my platoon? That's what you do, create lone wolves, or the image of a lone wolf.
Well, obviously this is devastating. I mean, this is the holiest day of the Jewish calendar, and
they picked the right fucking day to do it, haven't they? Well, not the right day, but they've maximised it, haven't they? But it's definitely related to that shit. Yeah, let's look at this in Germany.
It's not.
I bet you know. The media haven't even linked this yet, have they? I've linked it before. The media have even linked it. There was an incident in Germany. Let me just get it, because it's linked to this. The media haven't told you. I've told you. They're not even on it yet, the media. But they will be in an hour or two. Watch.
When you hear calls to globalize the Intifada, as we have seen in all of these protests, week after week after week, what do you think that means? Intifada is a violent uprising, and this is what it looks like, targeting Jews who are attending synagogues, simply practicing their faith, and it's sickening.
Do you think, in a sense, one thing I'm hearing from Jewish friends of mine today is that
Yeah, look.
it's a horrible word, but the word they're using is inevitable. This felt, in a sense, inevitable.
No, there was a more recent one, weren't there?
Of anti-Semitism in this country, it's rocketed since October the 7th, almost 2 years.
Yeah, here's one here to this.
On the streets, I myself went to a protest at Parliament Square.
So I believe this incident in Germany is connected to this one in the UK. And if that's the case, you can expect France, Italy and other European cities to get a target to be attacked in the next war. Don't know. During this holy calendar month for the Jews. Every day probably. If you can, you do, innit? German authorities arrest 3 suspects linked to Hamas plotting attacks on Jewish institutions. Suspects accused of procuring firearms ammo for assassinations targeting Jewish or Israeli structures. Arrest made in Berlin. 2 suspects, German, 1 born in Lebanon. Police seize AK-47, pistols, bullets during raids. Charges include terror organisation membership. Suspects to appear before a judge on the 10th of September. I reckon it's all. I reckon that's connected to this. Yes, 221. Do we need to know to all other races when the country is 80% white? What's race got to do with anything? What's race got to do with anything? And if the country is 80% white, so what? Just because they're white doesn't mean they're all Caucasian. You've got white Arabs in this country. Loads of them. King of the North, nice one. We have white Muslims and all. You've just got fucking helmets, haven't you? Caps locked. You've just got weird fuck up, haven't you? You've just got like weird fuck ups all over the gaff there. Need to snap the fuck out of it, mate. You're the problem. People like yourself are the problem. Blind. How the fuck you can live in today's society with that mindset, I never know. I've hated people, me, years and years and years ago. And when you see them, you're just like, you're vexed, you're fuming, you're fucking plotting on them. Even when you grab them 3 or 4 times, you want to grab them again. That's how much you fucking hate them. So imagine waking up like having hatred towards, like, just say you've got hatred towards the black community. How the fuck can you come out your front door? How? Everyone's hated someone. You know how intense it is. You know how fucked up you are when you're hating, don't you? It's fucking weird, isn't it? I'm talking decades ago when I was hating. I haven't hated for years. But you're all pent up, frustrated, angry and that, aren't you? Fucking horrible, aren't you? So imagine like hating Muslims and black people and you live in this country. How the fuck do you walk out the door without getting unsettled? How can you walk out the door and just like, how the fuck are you even living? How are you, like, how do you function? How the fuck can you walk out your door like, without... You just must be fucked in the head, mate. There's only one way you can think about it, isn't it? You just must be fucked. You must be gone in the fucking head if you hate on people and you live amongst them. I just don't get it, like. You're not in prison. Well, you are. Look, when you're in prison, you've just got to live with complete fucking... You'd get life off if you lost it. But you've got to tolerate them. You've got to put up with them. That's hard. And that's not even hate. You don't hate these because you just can't tolerate the way they're being. Do you get what I'm saying? Even that, it's just horrendous. So imagine having that powerful, very, very powerful emotion of hate running through you every time you see a Muslim. And you're walking down the street and you see a Muslim, you just go, mustn't you? And then that kid gets off, you carry on walking, you calm down, there's another one. What do you do when you see 3 or 4 of them? Do you just fucking get on your toes? Hey, you little shit house. You must do. You must do, mustn't you? Think about it. If you fucking hate a certain community and then all of a sudden there's 7 of them in front of you, you're going to be shitting your undies, aren't you? Therefore, without a shadow of a doubt, mate. Anyway, fuck these haters. Haters are all haters. You're not a hater because you're hating me. You're just a hater. Do you get what I'm saying? How are you 221? You alright? Should we see what's in the Liverpool Echo and have a little discussion? See what has happened in Liverpool today, eh? Yes, Rachel. Well, in the Liverpool Echo, we've got Amazon doesn't know who took delivery of knife used in Southport attack. Why? How don't we know? Don't them delivery drivers fucking take a picture of you and all this these days? You know what say I get a parcel off Amazon, doesn't the fucking kid take a picture of you? Or does he just take a picture of your step or something? XL bully seized after police descend on street. A suspected XL bully was seized by police after they were called to an address when shouting was heard. Merseyside police said officers were called at around 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday, October the 1st to Market Street, Birkenhead. Birkenhead is off the Barnets, aren't they? Man with dangerous obsession breastfed from woman 60 to get back at his mother. What the fuck? Look at this one. What's all that about? How can you breastfeed a fucking nan? This is what it is in the Echo today. Man with dangerous obsession breastfed from woman 60 to get back at his mother. Michael Jones, 32, saw the woman 3 times despite being banned from contacting her. What a sick motherfucker, mate. What a sick. Yeah, just look at him. North Wales, what's going on with that Wales? There's loads of fucking dodgy there, isn't there? A man in his 30s developed an obsession with a 60-year-old woman and breastfed from her as a way to get back at his mother. Ow! Michael Jones, 32, reached out to the woman despite being banned from contacting her, Carnarvon Crown Court here today. Jones had previously assaulted the woman and was under a restraining order when he encountered her 3 times this summer, including one instance of breastfeeding from her. Well, how the fuck did he manage that? How the fuck had he managed to get to her, get on her breast, and then she rang feds? He's on me breastfeeding. How's it happened? Thereby violating the order today, a judge at Carnarvon Crown Court sentenced him to a total of 15 months in prison. The court was told Jones had admitted to causing grievous bodily harm to the woman without intent. Am I reading this right? Is this story fucking joking? Is this fucking bullshit or what? Got charged? Wounding without intent for breastfeeding? How come we're in a sexual assault? How come we're in a different type of offence, people? What the hell, he's breastfeeding? You couldn't get any fucking more, like, wouldn't call it romantic. Jones had previously assaulted the woman and was under a restraining order when they encountered her 3 times this summer, including one instance of breastfeeding from her, thereby violating the order. Today, a judge at Carnarvon Crown Court sentenced him to a total of 15 months in prison. The court was told Jones had admitted to causing grievous bodily harm to the woman without intent. Oh, that's what your jails are full of. Honest, your jail landings are full of drug dealers and fucking bellends like this. In June, he was handed a 16-month jail term, suspended for 18 months for that offence. However, the court heard today Jones of Glencadnant, Carnarvon, or whatever, met the same woman 3 times in July. They're just fucked, aren't they? What's going on with these fucking half-breeds, mate? Oh, let's look at this woman. Beautiful woman, 21, who died suddenly touched the lives of everyone she met. Isabella Clark. A beautiful young woman died at age 21 after suffering a sudden cardiac arrest. 21. You know what was wrong with her ass? What brought that on? Does she have like a deficiency in the heart or something? Or the usual fuck up. Clark's life was cruelty short on August 21st, leaving her family and friends devastated. 21. Isabella attended Greenbank High School in Southport before going on to study at Liverpool Theatre School and eventually Wilkes Academy in Swindon. Paying tribute to the former pupil, Greenbank said, "We are deeply saddened to hear of the passing of our much-loved former student, Isabella." So what happened? Alongside her studies, Isabella worked at Victoria Leisure and Southport Town Centre, following her time at Liverpool Theatre School. Isabella's parents, Aidan and Diane, have now launched a fundraiser for cardiac risk in the young, a UK charity which attempts to reduce the frequency of young sudden cardiac death. I didn't know there was such a thing. YSCD. Young sudden cardiac death. It's fucking hard, isn't it? Imagine just like, I can't. What's this one? Child exposed to harm found by police at dangerous locations. Was it a woman? A girl? Ofsted said the care home's inability to reduce known risks demonstrated a significant failure in leadership and management. A significant failure in leadership was cited in a damning Ofsted inspection, which said a Liverpool children's home exposed a child to potential harm. The report highlighted several examples of concern, including incidents where a child would be discovered by police officers at dangerous locations after leaving the home undetected by staff. Okay, is the child boy or girl? Not that it matters. Well, it does, but it doesn't. And what did he mean by dangerous places that can cause potential fucking harm? I think we all know what the fuck they're on about, don't we? The children's home is located in Liverpool but is not named in the Ofsted report. Cunts. According to the watchdog, the facility is operated by a private company. There you go, private security companies, which provides care for one child who may have social and emotional difficulties. It was subject to a monitoring visit on August the 22nd, which was quickly followed by another monitoring visit on August the 27th. The subsequent reports from both inspections were published on September the 7th, and a detailed catalogue of failures, including the inspector's serious concerns about the protection of children in their care. See the way they've covered this under? See the way they've brushed this under the carpet? The August 22 report states the child used cutlery to disable window locks. This meant that they left the home undetected by staff. Yeah, because we had to do that in Dyson Hall. And then they screwed our windows shut. So even kids now just trying to get out of these care homes. They're fucking horrendous, you know, these care homes. Care homes are not good, mate. I don't give a shit what anyone says. The abuse, the physical abuse that goes on in care homes up and down this country is rife. They're treating your young lads like men. I've done from the get-go. You have got men battering 14-year-old kids in these care homes. And some of these care homes are like houses. You know, care homes aren't like a secure unit. You've got care homes where you've got 4 young lads living in the house there on Queen's Drive. I used to live on Queen's Drive in a kids' home. And there was 6 of us in the kids' home. And the shit that used to go on in there. Do you get what I'm saying? You've got horrible adults manning these care homes and they haven't had the adequate checks. You have got fucking monsters all over the place doing night staff duties on kids in care homes and shit, honest, doing horrendous things to them. You had listen, in Stoke Heath in the 90s, you had screws, night staff, entering kids' cells and abusing them of a night. No one found that out in the papers, did they? On multiple occasions, the police returned the child to the home after finding them in dangerous locations near a motorway bridge. Okay. Staff searched the area, but these actions did not prevent the child from leaving or reduce the risks. So the child's feeling suicidal. That's why she's at the bridge, or he's at the bridge. That's why it's a dangerous place, because if you jump off, you're dead. Electronic alarm systems to safeguard children were ineffective and failed to alert staff that the child had left the home. The manager introduced a new system. However, the child was able to leave again by breaking a window lock, showing that the safety measures were ineffective. No further actions were taken to improve security or reduce the risks of the child leaving the home unsupervised. The manager and staff did not challenge the decision to allow the child to have vapes. Staff were advised, see these vapes? Where was they getting them from? Was these the vapes that were laced? Was the people giving them this fucking vape? Were they trying to abuse them? Or weren't you asked about it? Were you just asked about the way the care home's running? Like, they're the questions I'd be asking. Where are you getting your vapes from? How can you afford them? The manager and staff did not challenge the decision to allow the child to have vapes. Staff were advised that they could purchase them and did so, which put the child at risk and demonstrated poor judgment and lack of safeguarding awareness. This exposed the child to potential harm to their health and undermined efforts to promote their well-being and safety. Concerns were raised about the child's emotional well-being, but managers and staff did not take timely or effective action to reduce the risks. This lack of response contributed to a serious incident where staff were unable to safely enter the child's bedroom to provide support. Basically, the kid self-harmed. The incident had the potential to result in a severe harm to the child. Luckily, it never. Staff lacked the training and skills to recognise and manage risks relating to the child's emotional distress and self-harming. How old's the child? Ofsted said it follows up a visit on August 27 was approved as a direct result of the serious and widespread concerns identified in its initial assessment. Inspectors said staff had formulated a safety plan which included measures to ensure the child was supervised at all times and the use of waking night staff. However, Ofsted confirmed this plan had not been effective in preventing further incidents. And you know what the hest of all this shit, what this kid's going through? Breaking out of windows, self-harming, getting twisted up by these. You know what his problem is? He just wants his fucking mother. Telling you. Honest. They could stop all this shit happening with this kid if they just give him his fucking mother back. About staff compliance, furthermore, essential staff training, particularly in managing ligature risks, has not been completed. How the fuck have you got staff that don't know how to snap a ligature around someone's fucking neck? I know that. I'm an inmate. A ligature is a noose, basically. And when you've got a kid doing this to themselves, it's a cry for help. And they're not fucking helping him, and that's why he's continuing to do it, because he's continuing to cry for help. And guess what? No one gives a fuck about him. No one can get near him. They won't let no one get near him. Honest. They'll have him medicated up to his fucking eyelids, and he won't want to be. Why? Because they took him from his fucking mother, I bet you. It's added the lack of proactive and effective measures to reduce known risks demonstrates a significant failure in leadership and management. Leaders have not ensured that appropriate risk management procedures are in place or are consistently followed. This failure places children at continued risk and undermines efforts to safeguard their welfare effectively. Inspectors also published a 6-point improvement plan which detailed the statutory requirements the company must comply with and sets out the actions it must take to meet the Care Standards Act of 2000. The Children's Homes England Regulations 2015 and the Guide to the Children's Homes Regulations, including the quality standards. The Liverpool Echo contacted Sanitas Cura Limited for comment, but the company's legal representative advised they did not wish to respond. Another care home, not doing what the fuck it's meant to do, care for kids. And you see how secretive they keep it under some mad laws to protect the child. It's not protecting the child, it's protecting the fucking injuries and that the kid's receiving while he's in custody. Do you know how many kids are self-harming because they can't see the mum? Through the roof. %80 of the kids that are in the care system now will go into the YP system. It's what they're getting conditioned for. 20% will avoid it. The other 80% won't avoid it. They'll be walking right towards it. Why? Because they're naughty kids. The kids that are naughty anyway. They can't handle the environments they're locked in. They get kicked out of school because they can't handle that way of learning. Get kicked out of school, the man can't handle them. Before you know it, social services are involved because police are involved all the time. Take your kids on the missing list. They'll give you a few pointers. Stick to this, stick to this, stick to this, and if you don't, your kid's gone. We're placing your child into 49% care of the social services. It means you've got overall responsibility at the moment. But if you fuck this up, we can take 51% responsibility and you can have 49%. And then we decide what's happening with your kid and when and how, not you. That's how it works. That's what they do to you. BSL Perry. And then whip your kid off you. And then your kid is battling the system to get back to you. You can't see him. You can't get near him. I'm talking from the angle of the kid. I'm talking about the kid that got dragged into care. Exactly the same tactics. Breaking out the room, trying to get back to your ma's house, getting lost on the way, ending up in mad places, trying to work out how to get to your mother's house. It's mad. And then they're on you, they find you, bring you back in, put you in a more secure room, make the rules and guide regulations more stricter around you, makes it more hard for you to break out. It's what they do, start incarcerating you to keep you in, instead of having you running back to your mother's. And every attempt makes your conditions more strict, more controlled, more forceful. And then you're fighting the system then. So that's what me and Danny have done all our lives, fought the system. Even now I'm fighting the system. A lot of yous have never fought the system. Why? Because they've got your control to fuck. The people that are in control fight the system, mate. Why? Because we know they're controlling us. You just don't know you're controlled. I know we're getting controlled, so I fight it. I'm fighting to break yous free. In a mass scale, if it was intentionally doing it that way. But I am, without me intentionally, purposely putting all my effort into it. I'm trying to make you psychologically break out of this matrix you're locked in. What's locked you in this matrix? Your worry. And nothing but your worry. The only way these horrible rich people that control us and our nanas and our mums and our great nans control them 10 times worse than what they're controlling us. Your nan was in bed for 9 o'clock every fucking night, lad, lights off. Trust me. Wake up in work, back home bed. That's what your nan and granddad was like. Fear is how they control us. Fear of the consequences of your actions. It's how they control us. If you're scared, you're worried. If you're worried, you're locked in the matrix. They know that. That's why they give you fear. That's why they make you scared. That's why they make you worried. That's why they always create incidents or narratives which get you worried. Why? Because when you're worried, you're not focused on what you should be. What's that? The universe. You should be focused on a completely different aspect of life. But because you're locked in, you're not. You can't focus if you're locked in. You can't participate in the universal cosmos of life. You can't do it if you're locked into this matrix. If you're locked into this reality out here, there's no fucking way you can go in on yourself. Go in on yourself, people. Honest to God, I'll keep on fucking shouting it at yous. Go in on yourself. You don't need a self-help book. Why? Because you are the fucking book. You don't need to turn to God or a prophet. Why? Because you are the God. You are the fucking prophet. You don't need to turn to my man over there for advice. Why? Because you've got all the advice in the fucking world in your fucking book. Get inside. Put your fucking head in it. All your difficulties, all your insecurities, all your trauma, all your hate, all your it all gets dealt with once you get in there. Once you've dealt with all that poisonous shit, you are enlightened. You are now a conscious being and you're thinking different. You're being different. You're moving different and you're seeing different. Go in on yourself. Trust me. It all starts within, people. You are the core of the universe. What you're seeing is what you see. That's your perception. Your perception, yeah. We can all look at this board, but what's your perception of that board? I'm getting exactly the same image, but what's your thought? That's where the difference is, lads. It's where the difference is. I see that woman and that man distraught on the floor, being hit by a car. They both got beautiful fucking watches on. What are you thinking looking at them, lad? Are you thinking you want to snatch the watches off them injured people's wrists? And that's the difference in thinking. I'm thinking about getting these people to safety so they can get better and sort their injuries out. You scumbag gutter fucking thinking are looking on snatching watches off the fucking wrists. That's the difference. How do you make that difference? by going inside and sorting your fucking head out. Straight up. If you need help, if you need direction, if you need motivation, if you need inspiration, search for the Spirit of Christ and He'll help you along the way. If not, go in on yourself. After a few months, you'll be connecting to Christ. Why? Because that's who controls in there. There's only one spirit in this universe, and it's the Spirit of Christ. That universe is within. If you want to bring this universe out, you've got to start making it clean enough. It's dense at the moment. It's tangled with all sorts of trauma, all sorts of insecurities, trust issues, unfaithfulness, birds shagged you in the back, girlfriend shag your mate's died in your arms, your dad's been lifed off, your mum got murdered. All that gets corrected when you go in. Go in, open that door to the universe, mate, and go for a fly. You don't have to stay in there. You don't have to stay in there, mate. Just go in there for a few hours and then get back out. But always want to get into yourself, self-reflect, self-work, self-talk, self-cleaning, self-fucking refinement. Call it what you want. Reinventing yourself. Call it what the fuck you like. Nothing's going to change in your life unless you change it in here. You're always going to keep on attracting that type of fucking woman. Why? Because of how you are in here. Address yourself in here. All this changes. I'm going to go and phone my kids for a bit, people. It's been a long afternoon, but I'll be coming back on around 5:30. Yeah, peace out till 5. So I'm just going to chat to my kids and that from school. How are you, Roxy? Pez? As I say, as always, don't worry about a fucking thing. Give it time. Stop worrying. Just give it time. If giving it time stops you from worrying, give it all the time in the fucking world. Trust me. Speak to you later.